Hey chat, how are we today? The cat's slightly different in the background now. I think it's DDLC time. Oh. Chat making sure. Okay chat. Okay. See an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. My neighbor and good friend, since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but that was one so long. We used to walk to school together and days this, but starting around high school, well, she would oversleep more and more frequently. Yeah. This I almost feel better. Why? However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and will catch up with me. Yeah. Okay, just stop and wait for you. Yeah, true. Yep. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. Yeah, I did wait. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean or even not to. Yeah, sure. I don't remember that. Sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Ah, the literature club. You don't say. And yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Yep, let's go. Let's go get a cupcake. Today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Fair? I mean, who wouldn't, right, chat? No? Hi, Monica. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Monica. Hi, Monica. Nice to see your one expression. Mm-hmm. Yo. Those cupcakes sound great. I want to see them. I want to eat them. Mm. Hm. Yeah. Okay, sure. Yep. It's not... Okay. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I don't, but sure. I'm glad. Can I have a coffee instead, guys? What made you consider joining the... I didn't. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Must be hard to start a new club. That way, very attention like literature. We can go. Yeah. Yeah. Not much of it, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good to be honest. Yeah, levels of like high levels of creativity are really cool. Stories with psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Yeah, you don't say Yuri. It's just your own lack of imagination to completely throw you. Yeah, lots of horror. Weird. I read a horror book once, sure. I didn't, but desperately minimal level. Mm-hmm. You left a piece of scrap paper behind. Yeah. I'm not. You remind me of a certain Catra. Not a very confident writer yet. True. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Let's go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all chill with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member open, let's get more comfortable with each other. True? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one poem. What's that? Original topic, rejoining. What's... I never said I would join this club. So it's when I start by, but I never made a decision. Don't have other clubs, so... And, yep. I'll join. So happy, yeah. True. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Made our way home. Of course, Monica. Yep. Hmm. Why does none of this come together? This is gonna make no sense. We'll change. Stop bullying me. Stop. Guys, this game's mean. Don't be shy. Never mind. Okay. Oh yeah. Do we get to read the poems? Yeah. True. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense. And it's not, you know, fair? Yeah. Someone minds. Alright. Right here, it's covering my. There we go. Motivation and rules, narrate into life. So do we just not get to read the poems? Oh. Well, it's your fault for sleeping like that. No, I would never. Not every day? Fair? It's not very convincing though, yeah. give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that yet. Look at herself. I was clearly in a rush this morning. Look, you're here. It's, need to. But yeah. Don't even keep Blazer buttoned up. This is just mean. Not like that, but not worth it at all. It's you want to see Sam. What's up the poems? But anyway. Compliance form, bags. I just send myself. Do we? Okay. Let's read Yuri's fast. More than enough time for it. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. But yeah. Okay. Good to know. Maybe if you gave me more word options, I would have written a better story, but sure. Well, Potentials of like yeah, illuminate behind. Why do you get good words to write with? This one. Takes of time. The last is replaced by the brain of the future. Yeah. But living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. No, it was good. I'm glad you like it. It's really not about a ghost. I don't know how my character didn't notice that. Hmm. Remember, it won't be long before you. You didn't give me good enough words to write with, game. In the end, it'll be just Monica, so we'll do Monica's last. Go series. I mean, I am, except you didn't give me good enough words to make a good story, so. Not to mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the club room. True. I can't deny she's one of the reasons I joined. Knowing how. Oh, yeah. Right, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. In the morning, out of bed, from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish a rainy day? I look up, the sky is blue. It's a secret. No, I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not that mad. I want breakfast. Brilliant. 10 out of 10. You forgot to do it last night. that last line. You made eggs and toast? Brilliant. It's bad to skip breakfast. There's no point in arguing, yeah. Oh, I accidentally clicked a little too early there. What? Fine. Fair enough, yeah. I'm gonna change your mind now, knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. Everyone still thinks about right and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. The poems for people. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less odd. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring... okay. Yeah. Oh, it helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it when I realized that's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect from the youngest one here, you know. Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. I think it's just Monica, really. Hi, Monica. You better. I'm always listening. Don't be. Yeah, you're always listening, sure. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? I know you see my camera. I know you're looking at my OBS right now. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway. Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I have Mike in my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sarah would like. Is that so? Sarah are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sarah and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, It sounds like you really care about each other. As well, being. Oh wait, that was supposed to say well-being. I'm not smart yet. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You shouldn't. You're not reading it too much? Could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Ari's writing is kind of gentle to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's really totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could really take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd like to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write anything, or to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's to sound confident. I mean, no, that doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole on the wall. Hole on the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction, the sparkle. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. It wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. Yeah, the real blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My already scorched with a permanent copy of image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Manuka are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're enjoy exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch of their expressions change. Natsuki's his eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismally returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the fleeing of no. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Tendra did too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. I do like my poem too, you know. Stop bullying me, game. Oh? Yeah? That's not what I, you're sense as well. Maybe you're just jealous. Appreciates my advice more. Stop bullying me, game. Follow it yourself. No. Don't really go out. Yeah. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? Oh, wasn't the one. Right. This doesn't involve you. I don't like my... Suddenly both girls turned towards me, yeah, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Bad. It's not true. She started it? If she could get over herself, shit, alright. Then that's what happened in the first place. That's the reason that the meaning should jump over and not force it to figure out. Let me explain. Wait. There's a reason you have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way we can to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, only limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like something about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, like your poem say, wait, not an excuse for you to be so mean. So, Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret I was impressed. Well, that's... No matter how simple someone's writing is, they're still putting feelings into it. And was free to win. Oh, it's here. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. You're too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, that's enough. No, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being indifferent only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps me. Wait. Sorry, he doesn't need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at you. No. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem in her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her cranberry head in her hands while she stares down at her desk. We approach her and sit down in the chair. Everything alright? I'm surprised. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Andrew, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Oh, never mind that. I am going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yep. Okay, everyone. It's about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. How about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do I can at least do a better job impressing the people I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Tundra, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hee. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Suri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sorry. About what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You know, you don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Tundra, it's nice that you get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. So... It looks like Sayori hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than I did to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Is it poem writing time? Okay. Another day passes, and it's home for the club meeting already. I've got a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Tundra. You're Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your class, Nero? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sorry, nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles at the legend open. Then she turns it upside down and let the contents spill out onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Well, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you're feeling guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, don't tend to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Yuri. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right there. I did something bad and now I have to accept retribution. That still coming from you, Musari. I guess there's a little devil inside of us all, isn't there? I mean, I've got my devil horns on, chat, and my hair keeps covering my eye and making my model say no. Don't let her fool you. Sari knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, and give me more credit than that. Anyway. What? Yeah. Out of nowhere, something smacks into Sayori in the face and trembles onto the desk. Ow. What was that? Eh? A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you whiff about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. So he rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. A bit of my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Cheese. Biggest company cheeses. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. So really happy that you shared this one with me. He gets out of her chair and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to Suddenly, Sayori suddenly leans down, takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such good sometimes. Monica, can you tell Siri? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard something about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over after all. You're so strong-willed, but boyfriend. What on earth are you talking about? Monica glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? My last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay. That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't lead. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to pressure anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Zary's. It was, paid. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Natsuki somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was just focused and probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. And that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Oh, it's that thing. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of it. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles. All of a sudden, are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri was into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside of her mind. No, but the outside of her mind seems completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy, that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. I don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything. Well, I guess that's alright then. But I feel like you should. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things in books and writing fill my thoughts. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started on reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Okay. I opened the book and started the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... yeah, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we read each lean in a little bit. Our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the book, on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri, he no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I assume that she finishes the page before me and I turn it by my own relation. Yeah. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side and catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character of this kind of reminds me of you a bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your... I see. Yo remains silent for a moment, but Tundra, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Oh, okay. Okay, everyone. I think that it's about time that we share poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I read it with you? I guess I don't have to do much. I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left on the book and slip it back into my bag. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah? Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh? Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem that you wrote today? Yes, DDLC. Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the wing of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious, well, aware of the conscious. Well, aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon in its place and reflects that much more a light of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. A classic conditioning. I slice the bread. And I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if you take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's the sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness. I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. Eh? What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it, unless you really don't suck at all. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki subs short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. Eh? You're not trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean I mean, looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve through what I did beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. I don't even get to read Natsuki's poem? Okay then. Oh, I like this one, Tundra. It had some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes, you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd just rather hear it. No, I still like this one, I promise. You know, I wouldn't lie to you. Ever. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If this one makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me either. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. You're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes I like a bit of both. There's a word for that, right? That's the word. What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I feel like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't tell if you're liking something sad. Okay. Well, I like happy the most. but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give the rain cloud a hug and make it a nice happy rainbow. Sorry, it's poetic. Yeah, it is. Maybe I'm just getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Sandra. I should go write that down then. You can give my poem a read now, okay? You're all getting it like much longer as well. Meanwhile, I get a few sweet words that I just have to click. Bottles. I put my the lid of the cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together, a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle and keep it safe. And I put the bottle on a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles in a row. My collection makes me feel, and it makes me hear lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight, each to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friends after friends, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up, and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all sharding, plating something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Oh, sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I can see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like this was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about it, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Saori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to I mean, she's not wrong about I'm gonna continue writing until I die, I guess. Hi again, Tantra. How's the writing going? Right, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're playing yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Tantra. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep with everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put them in some effort. It's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri strikes this kind of... You know who that Yuri strikes this kind of writing, right? Writing that it's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sari, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze the... Yep. It can take years of patience, which I'm assuming Yuri at this point. And I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much. You do your own thing. I'm just exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors I won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless, meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, creating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's very abstract. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. Even if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on paper. Choosing where and how I space the words can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote these lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract, as abstract as physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might want to change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Zoe has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? But, Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up with and recite poems too. Zoe's putting it all on posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Zoe, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't tell us. No, you didn't already start putting up those posters. No, putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head. Guys, no sorry. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm so sorry. But I still think we could give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of the club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting the poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Satori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Satori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Maybe, well, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess we'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri instinctively glances around at everyone else's expectations of excited faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flipped through her notebook to find a specific poem she had in mind for herself. Then she stands behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is seen. Yeah, how are you? She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is it something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Okay. Good night then. Zoro looks amazed. Yuri has intense expression on her face. It has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Zero? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a shred of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called. Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as he starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, he practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri passes the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is filled with twists and turns in the structure that perfect timing. You can't hear the music. It is kind of quiet because it hurts my ears when it is normally louder, but I can try and turn it up in here actually. You should be able to hear it, but my OBS is being kind of quirky. This must be a rare glimpse of the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps into reality and glances around her, as she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Zoro hops out of her chair and cheerfully he walks up to the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sorry. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out best that way. I see, I see. Okay then. Zoro begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Hixeria's. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Zero's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Zero was meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Zero finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Zero. Even like it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Zero. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nice. But it might be other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well hit time to lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection to read. We'll just have to go with what I wrote today. I stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, I finish and receive it. Once I finish, I receive an applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it that much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki promptly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting, her sour attitude disappears a little. Maybe she's a little infused with the poem. No, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. That works. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Oh well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be easier, or way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have too much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming there. It might be hard, but I hope everyone No, but I hope that you'll have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, and so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. It's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm always pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know who the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sarah and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sarah? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together and her like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Tundra, you don't have to say it. Whatever, whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sarah once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed since. But today Sarah is a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey Sarah. Sorry, I was spacing out. Oh, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean, Sarah fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I would probably walk home with Yuri. Why does the thought of that make my heart? I mean, given how hard it is to for her to socialize, I thought I would feel awful turning her down. So, isn't she beautiful? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Or maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before, you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Seriously. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is difficult. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. Well, different, not difficult. I can't read chat. I don't know if you've noticed yet. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But that was kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But there's something that makes her happy, so yeah, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days ago. Who knows what will happen in that time? Right, chat. I am going to save this into empty slot. And that will be it for today's stream. We didn't really get into much of the spooky stuff, but next time there will be some more spookiness in the DDLC stream. So yeah, we've done the first couple days, and who knows. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.